Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First, I will introduce myself. I'm Muhamad Hadi, as one accounting student at the Faculty of Ekonomi, State University of Jakarta. On this occasion, I will present about my thesis proposal entitled The Analysis of Factor that Affect the Interest of Students in a Career as a Public Accountant. Indonesia is currently experiencing a crisis of public accountant. It was noted that only around 4,000 people were CPA certified. According to PPKA, the growth of public accountant is only around 4% every year. Worse if we look at the number of graduates of accounting as one student, it reached approximately 35,000 people. Even so, the growth of accountant in Indonesia only stand at 3,000 to 5,000 people each year. There are many factors that influence graduate of accounting students to choose public accountant as their profession. I classify two factors that affect student career interest as public accountant. There is external factor and internal factor. External factor consists of financial reward, labor market consideration, and work environment. Meanwhile, internal factors are the personality of individual itself. There have been many studies on this topic, but there are still differences in the result obtained by previous researches. Several independent variables used in this study previously obtained mixed results, such as financial reward based on Rahayu and Putra. Research result in 2019, which had positive result on the interest of career student as public accountant. But on the result of a study conducted by Ramdan and Wideningsi in 2017, the results were negative. And research conducted by Suryani and Mahmuda 2019 state that it does not have a significant effect. The same result is obtained by other independent variables. Therefore, the study was conducted again to verify the consistency of the result of the influence of independent variable on independent variable. The object of the research is the college student in program study S1 Accounting at the Faculty of Ekonomi, University of Jakarta. The purpose of this research is first, test the effect of financial reward on student career interest as public accountant. Second, test the effect of labor market consideration on student career interest as public accountant. Third, test the effect of work environment on student career interest as public accountant. And last test, the effect of personality on student career interest as public accountant. Interest and career have correspond with each other because interest is an impulse in individual in transcending activity or activity both in education or work. While choosing a public accountant as his profession after graduation, there are several factors that are considered by students. What's more, they have a fresh graduate. The first is financial reward. When choosing a profession, a student will pay attention to the financial reward he receives when working in that profession. Financial reward are returns that can be valued in the currency of the work individual has completed. Financial reward can be in the form of salaries or wage, pension fund, and salary increases. The second is the consideration of the job market. Fresh graduate student will see the opportunities individual has been choosing the profession, such as the extent of employment or not, whether there is security in work, have the opportunity for higher career. These things are considered by students in choosing the public accounting profession late. The third is the work environment. The work environment is a condition that is the vicinity of work. Obtaining an ideal work environment is an expectation desired by students as fresh graduate. The ideal work environment can be in the form of pleasure at work, that makes someone more active at work. Clear work target will provide goals for workers in completing their work. In addition, the maximized use of information technology will make it easier for workers to complete their work effectively and efficiently. Jobs that have flexible work time are certainly also very preferred by fresh graduates. In addition, the existence of social relations that are established in the work environment will be really highly considered by fresh graduate students in having an ideal work environment in their chosen profession. And the last is the personality. Personality that is in the individual can affect individual interest in something, especially in choosing the desired profession. Individual will tend to choose a profession that suits their personal characteristic. The compatibility between the work of profession of the public accountant with the personality of accounting student will further increases the possibility of students interested in choosing the profession. These four factors are expected to have an influence on students in determining their career as a public accountant. So, I formulated 4 hypotheses to verify the relationship of this factor. The first hypothesis is that financial reward have a positive effect on the interest of career student as public accountant. Second hypothesis is that labor market consideration have a positive effect on the interest of career student as public accountant. The third hypothesis is that the work environment has a positive effect on the interest of career student as public accountant. And last, the fourth hypothesis is that personality has a positive effect on the interest of career student as public accountant. To verify other hypothesis purpose in this study, I use a quantitative research approach with the correlation method. I collected data by distributing questionnaire to all samples that I choose by using a purposive sampling technique from the existing population. There is all as one accounting college student of the Faculty of Ekonomi, State University of Jakarta. The data that I have collected will be analyzed by using SPSS Actin software. The first data analysis performed was descriptive statistical analysis to describe the data obtained. The data obtained is also tested by data quality by means of validity and reliability testing. After the data is declared and valid and reliable, then the classical assumption test is performed, which consists of a normality test, a multicollinearity test, and heterocaudicity test. Meanwhile, to test the hypothesis purpose of F-test is performed to see the feasibility of the model of the multiple regression analysis used. After the model is declared feasible, a t-test is performed to see the relationship that occurs between the independent variable and the dependent variable. In this test also, see whether the purpose hypothesis is accepted or rejected with an alphabetical significance level below 0.05. After saying the hypothesis accepted or rejected, the last test conducted is the test of the coefficient of determination. To see the diversity of the dependent variable can be explained strongly or not by the independent variable. If the coefficient of determination is greater than 0.5, mean the diversity of the independent variable can be explained strongly by the independent variable. If the coefficient of determination is less than 0.5, mean the diversity of the dependent variable can be explained weakly by the independent variable. That is my presentation about the thesis proposal that I submitted for researches. Apologize me if there are incorrect sentence or pronunciation from me. The correction and advice are very meaningful for my thesis proposal. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.